guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, as you can tell by the title, it is going to be a story time, and this story time is kind of bad of me, but it's still a good story. I mean, it's not existed anymore, so why can't I talk about it? I can talk about it. I can talk about whatever I want. It's my channel. Anyways, please let me just throw out a little disclaimer out there. Please do not judge me. I was a little young. I was a senior in high school. So I'm going to start off this story by talking about like the more important people who are involved in the story. I mean, they're all important. I love them all, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta play. I don't really consider myself a player. That's a joke. I'm just playing. Anyways, I'm gonna talk about this story, and I have to think of 4 different names to come up with these guys' names. So yeah, there's 4 guys involved, as you guys can tell by the title. Let's start off with the first guy. His name is gonna be Cat. I have my reasons for naming him Cat, because if I don't think of things that match the person, I will not know. So Cat and me have a very weird kind of relationship till this day. So just throwing that out there. Since till this day, me and Cat have a really weird relationship. So Cat is a little older than I am, and he used to go to the high school that I went to, but he just stopped going. But he still kind of he still had a lot of friends at the high school, because I like to talk to older guys, so, So he had a lot of friends at that high school, and that were probably like freshmen when they met him by the time he left. So me and Kat, we've been really close. We never really like did anything. We would always like hang out. Like I hang out with him all the time. But as time started going on and we started talking more often, me and Kat kind of had like this weird relationship where we'd like each other, but I never wanted to make it official. Some things never change. So I love him. He's awesome. But yeah, so me and Kat were talking for a while, but we weren't exclusive. So of course, what did I think? I can still talk to other guys, so that's what I did. So I got this message on Facebook from someone. I'm gonna name him Jack. I don't know if I've used any of these names before. So Jack messaged me on Facebook, and he's like, hey, I always thought you were pretty cool. You're pretty cute. We should talk. We should hang out. I'm like, sure, whatever. So we started messaging back and forth, and then we exchanged numbers. So we started talking. So at this point, yes, I was talking to Kat and Jack. Kat and Jack. Ah. So I was talking to them too. And then, this is at the time where AIM was really popular. I think it was around that time, so maybe I wasn't a senior. But anyways, I was in high school. I know that much. So I was using AIM, and there was this guy that I was talking to. His name is gonna be Jeffrey. So Jeffrey messaged me on, like, you guys remember like those rate things, like where people would rate each other, and I like the status and I'll rate you. Like the status and I'll rate you. So I was like, okay, whatever, just like it. I was just liking, I'm a loser, leave me alone. So I liked his status where it was like this and I'll rate you, and then he private messaged me and he was like a 10. I was like, oh, thanks. And he was like, yeah, you're really pretty. What school do you go to, by the way? Mind you, he went to the same high school, just not the same building. He went to the same high school as Jack, but I didn't know they're 2 completely different people. Completely different people. I swear there's like no correlation between them at all. Jack was really like quiet. He was really into piercings. He still is into piercings. He's just a little older now, but he was into piercings. He was just really like cool down. He's Spanish, of course. Kat's kind of an outsider. Doesn't really have that many friends either. And then this guy, Jeffrey's like out there. Jeffrey like was known for talking to like all the girls and talking to everybody, but I'm like, I'm just messaging him, like whatever, what's the worst that can happen? Lo and behold, I started talking to all of them. Time started going on. More time started passing, and you know, things started getting a little bit more serious. And they're like, the first one to like ask me out was Kat. And Kat's like, we've been talking for a while, we've been hanging out a lot. I think we should, like, you know, make this official. And I was just like, you know, right now I'm not in the mood. Like, I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now. I kind of don't want to talk to anybody. I kind of want to focus on my schoolwork. Yeah, he wasn't buying that, but he's like, whatever, we'll be friends. With benefits. But anyway, so yeah, so me and Kat were probably more serious than I was with anybody else. So Jack, used to wait for me outside of my school, like, but not like right in front. He used to wait for me like maybe 2 blocks away, like, and then he'll just walk me to my bus and we'll just talk and whatever. And he asked me, he goes, are you like talking to anybody at the moment? I was like, why would you ask that? He's like, I'm just curious. I was like, oh, well, right now I'm not really messing with anybody. Kind of like was trying to avoid the question, but not really. And I kind of did lie, but not really. And he was like, okay, I'm just asking, whatever. So that passes. I get home, and then I'm on my computer and I'm reading through my messages, and I see this one guy that I thought was so cute at the time. Now I'm looking at him like, oh, you're not really that cute. So he messaged me and he's like, hey, what's up? I've seen you around school. I just wanted to talk to you. Mind you, he was from a different, he was in the building, but he was from a different school. But at the school that he went to is where I used to hang out all the time. And boy, do I got some stories about that. But anyway, yeah, so he was like, hey, I seen you around. I thought you were really pretty. I always wanted to talk to you. I'm so happy I found you here. Hit me up sometime, whatever. So I hit him up and I was like, oh my God, you're, it's good to see, wait, what is it? What the hell did I don't remember what I said back. I was probably like, hey, what's up? So we started talking, and we would talk. Like, we would message each other till like 4 in the morning, and we would be on the phone till like 6 in the morning. And he went away on, like, it wasn't like vacation, but he had to go to a different place. I'm not gonna say where, because then if he's watching, he's gonna know. And he would call me from there, and we would just talk all the time. Like, we would talk all the time. Then I was being a creep, that I am, because that's just who I am as a person. I can't help it. I looked through like his wall, and I saw this message from Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, did I even give him a name? We're gonna call this guy Turtle now. Yeah, we're gonna call him Turtle. So I'm looking through Turtle's timeline and I see Jeffrey. And it was like, hey, good game or something. It was probably like about video games, but it was something like that. And then they had this long conversation on the wall, on his wall. And I was just reading it and I'm like, oh my God, they're friends. Oh yeah, so things were getting kind of different because, you know, me and Turtle were talking like it was just me and Turtle. Me and Kat were talking like it was just me and Kat. Jeffrey and I were talking a lot too, but me and Jeffrey really didn't have much in common. I just thought he was attractive. He thought I was attractive, and that's pretty much all we really spoke about. We didn't like really talk about like any hobbies or anything like that. I was in high school. I was young, so there wasn't really much hobbies going on. I just went to school and came back home. But yeah, so, and then me and Jack, we would talk again, and then we wouldn't talk again, and then we would talk again. Like, it was just on and off, and it was just like, I'm guessing Jack is more kind of like an in-person kind of person. Jack is an in-person kind of person. Like, that's just the only way I can put it. And so he wasn't much of a texter. So every like thing that happened between like me and Jack would be in person. Nothing really happened, but that's just what I'm saying. So that's just the way it was. Like, I was just talking to them for a while, and as far as my concern, they didn't even know who each other were. That's just the way I thought about it. It's just like, I just have these friends. None of them were exclusive. We didn't make like any promises to each other that it was just gonna be us and nobody else. It was just, you know, when you're talking to people, you talk to people, so what? So then I found a conversation, like I said, I found the conversation between Turtle and Jeffrey on Turtle's wall, and it was basically just about how, you know, the game was good. I know they played video games. That's probably how they really met each other, was probably through video games. So they would talk all the time, and it would be on the wall constantly, and I was getting kind of worried. But if they didn't bring it up, I'm like, why would I bring it up? You know, it's, yeah, it's kind of weird if they're not bringing it up. Like, why would I bring it up? So I kind of just left it alone until the worst happened. Jeffrey thought it was okay to write on my wall. So Jeffrey decides that he was gonna go ahead and write on my wall, and he didn't just write anything. He wrote babe with a heart emoji, emoticon, I guess. That's the way Facebook likes to use it. And I didn't respond. I didn't know if I wanted to delete it. At the same time, you know, if you know that you're not doing anything wrong, like, why would you want to delete it? But I guess I kind of had some conscience, and I was like, if one of these guys see it, they're gonna get kind of mad, because, you know, you're talking to someone 24 hours, like 24 hours a day. You don't expect them to be talking to all these other people. But, you know, I'm like, whatever. So I wrote to Jeffrey, and I'm like, why did you write on my wall? And he was like, oh, I was scrolling down through my friends, and I saw you, and I kind of wanted to write something. I was like, I don't really like guys writing on my wall, because I have my family and all of that stuff on my Facebook, and they're gonna think that something's going on with me and somebody. And he's like, so what are we? I was like, I thought we were friends. We talk a lot, but that's pretty much all that we do. We just talk. So, like, what's the problem? He's like, well, I always thought that, you know, I thought that since we were talking so much, we were probably gonna head somewhere. And I was like, yeah, maybe one day, but not right now. He's like, okay, whatever. So I deleted it. But before I deleted it, people already saw it, and I was getting messages from people. And in particular, I got a message from Jack. How lovely. Jack messaged me, and he's like, how do you know Jeffrey? I was like, oh. I'm like, well, me and Jeffrey talk sometimes. That's how I know him. He's like, he's a douchebag. He talks to all the girls sometimes. I didn't think you were one of them. I'm like, I didn't know you knew who he was, but I didn't say that. So I was just like, yeah, we flirt sometimes. I didn't know what to say. I was young. He's like, really? I thought that you were just talking to me. Why would you be talking to this person? And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm an asshole. Like, that's the only way that I know how to put it. I'm a jerk. And he's like, okay. So what are you gonna do about it? I'm just like, I don't know. What should I do about it? So yeah, so he literally questioned me. And he's like, so what are you gonna do about it? And I was like, I don't know, nothing. He's like, what do you mean nothing? You cannot do nothing about it. You're talking to us. We're friends. We know each other. He's a douchebag. He talks to all the girls. What are you gonna do about it? And at this point, I'm like, oh, he's really a nice guy. That means he kind of wants to, you know, work it out. Like, he accepts the fact that I was talking to this guy and still wants to talk to me and still wants to work it out. So I was like, oh, Jack. So what does young Kimberly do? I write back to Jeffrey. And I was like, gee, I didn't know you knew Jack. He was like, yeah, he just told me. We talked about it already. I was like, so what did you guys talk about? He was like, well, he just told me that you said that you didn't want to talk to me anymore, so I'm just gonna fall back. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, I didn't say I didn't want to talk to you anymore. I didn't say anything. He's like, so what were you planning to do? Just talk to both of us? I was like, no. He was like, how long have you? He was like, by the way, how long have you and Jack been talking? I'm just like, I don't know. I can't recall. A while. He was like, yeah, but we've been talking for a while. And I was like, yeah, so. And then he was just like, you know what, Kim? Don't even have to explain yourself. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. I'm just like, oh, God, I'm losing my hopes. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I lost Jeffrey. But that's cool because I was still talking to Jack. I was still talking to Kat. And I was still talking to Turtle. So I'm like, whatever, I'm still talking to guys, I don't need you. It was kind of annoying because even though me and Jeffrey didn't really have like that connection, it's still like, okay, now he knows that I'm like talking to Jack, and he's probably like thinks I'm a whore or something, and he's like, because none of them really, I don't know what they spoke about. It's really like beyond me. So one day, Turtle decides to pick me up from school instead of Jack. So Turtle waited for me by the train station, which I appreciated so much. Turtle waited for me by the train station, but I forgot that Jack was also supposed to pick me up that day. So I was walking and Jack's outside, and I'm like, hey Jack, what's up? What are you doing here? He was like, I'm waiting for you like I always do. I was like, yeah, but I'm meeting someone. He's like, who are you meeting? I was like, my mom. Like, I didn't know who to say. I was just like, my mom's supposed to pick me up from school. He's like, oh, okay, want me to go home? I was like, yeah. He kind of lived around the area, so it wasn't like a huge stretch. But it was kind of annoying that he would walk all this way. But, you know, it was before I had, like, good stuff, phone reception and all that stuff. I didn't take my cell phone to school. So I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be my mom. Bye. So he's like, okay, whatever. I'll see you around. Bye. He gave me a kiss on the cheek, and he left. So then I met Turtle by the train station, and we're walking. He's like, hey, you want to, he like let his hand out so he can hold my hand. And me and Turtle had a really like deeper connection. Like we really talked, talked about life, talked about his situation at home. Like we really like got along. We really worked, like I liked him a lot at the time. So we were walking, we're holding hands, and who do I see across the street? Good old Jeffrey. Jeffrey was walking with one of his like friends, I guess. It was a guy. They were walking across the street, and he goes, yo, Turtle. I'm like, fuck. So him and Turtle started having like this huge long conversation about, I don't know what. I was just too nervous. I was sweating, and I'm just sitting there like, damn it, Jeffrey and Jack know each other, and I'm here with Turtle. And of course, Jeffrey wants to be a jerk and say, oh, hey, Kim, I thought you were, I thought I saw Jack waiting for you over there. I was like, thanks, yeah. I told him I was meeting with someone, so he went home. I saw him, though. And Jeffrey was like, oh, you told him you was meeting with Turtle? You know Turtle and him are close friends, right? I'm like, nope, didn't know that. Had no idea, honestly. Sorry about that. So what's up? What's going on? He's like, and so at this point, Turtle's looking like, what the hell is going on with these people? I'm so confused right now. And I was just like, oh my God. I was literally sweating. Like, I was like, oh my God. So I'm just standing there. I'm just like, cool. You guys all hang out, all three of yous. That's nice. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. So whatever, that happened. And then I always like to hang around, whatever. I never really went straight home. So me and Turtle sat at like the MTA like train station stop. We sat there and we were just talking for like ever. And he's on his phone and he's like scrolling through his Facebook messages, and he's like responding to someone. I'm like, who are you talking to? He was like, oh, it's one of my friends. I was like, oh really? Let me see. Guess who it was? Good old Cat. I'm like, I know this guy. How do you know him? He's like, oh, he's my friend. He used to go to this school. I was like, yeah, he did. He's like, yeah, we still talk. We still hang out from time to time. I was like, oh, so you guys are currently friends? He's like, yeah. I'm like, so you guys talk like all the time and stuff? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, interesting. Okay, I gotta go now. I think it's late. What time is it? 4:30? Whoa, way past my curfew. I gotta go home now. So I took the bus and I went home. And to my surprise, I got a message from Jack. Pissed off. Like super pissed off. Like he was so pissed off. He was just he just sent me a long paragraph and he was like, you know, when you told me that someone was gonna come pick you up, you told me it was your mom, you lied to me, I'm really upset, why would you do that? I know we're not like official or anything, but it's really wrong of you to, you know, play with all of our emotions, and we all think that we're gonna get with you one day and we're not. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. At the time I was really young, so I didn't really like understand how much of an ass I was really being. But in my point of view, I wasn't looking at it like that. At the time I felt bad, because I know that's not really something that you do to people, because, you know, they have feelings, and maybe they maybe they really did genuinely like me, but I was always like crazy girl. Everyone knows me that way. So yeah, this video is a lot longer than I thought it would be. So me and Jack, right? Jack. Yeah, me and Jack just stopped talking. He was clear on his feelings that, you know, it was okay when I was talking to Jeffrey. Then I started talking to Turtle, and now he knew about Kat too, because because Turtle and Jack spoke to each other about it. So there I was talking to all these guys, and I ended up with only Kat, because Kat didn't care. Kat still doesn't care. Kat knows that me and Kat are just gonna be friends forever with benefits. But that's all that there is to it. I'm surprised that this story didn't get to like a lot of the people who were at my school, because they were all in different schools. So I'm guessing like the gossip stood between them. But guys don't really gossip like females do, even though they were really upset with me, especially Jack. Jack was so pissed off. But I might add that Jack messaged me now as an adult, now that we're 21. Well, I'm 21. He's probably like fucking 50. I'm old Dan. He's really not that old. He messaged me and he was like, hey, long time no talk. How you been? I was like, great. How you been? He's like, really good. So, how's life? I'm like, good, whatever. So me and Kat still talk. Me and Turtle recently stopped talking. That's going to be another story time video that I got for you guys. It's an interesting one. Yeah, but our friendship literally just ended maybe like 2 months ago, and it broke my heart. But yeah, so we were really good friends. And then what else? Me and Jeffrey like never spoke after like that incident. He put me on the spot. Like I would see him around and stuff, but then eventually he graduated, so I didn't really care. Yeah, I'm so interesting. So that is it for this story time. I'm just gonna end it right here. It's kind of awkward. Like I don't even know what to say anymore. Yes, I was talking to all of them. Yes, I kind of regret it, but I made great friends with some of them, so what the hell. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.